There's no doubt that many are traumatized to love. That's why they say that they don't want to love, relationship, or to relate to someone. But pay attention to why we were created to love. Human beings were created in their biology, were programmed to love in the five senses of the human being. When we look at the five senses, you see that they are not isolated from one another. The sight God gave us is connected to appreciate the beauty. One of the first things that attract us to someone is their appearance, is how they behave, which is noticed by the sight, the eyes. The hearing is the same thing, the voice of the person. Many fall in love because of the person's voice, how they talk, the content that they have, their tone of voice, the smell. Who doesn't like a pleasant smell? We even say, I like your fragrance. Why? Because we like to smell the fragrance of a loved one. The taste. Who doesn't like to eat with someone? What's the pleasure of eating alone? Basically none. A part of ending your hunger. But as soon as you know someone, you say, let's have a tea, a lunch. You want to enjoy one of the greatest pleasures in life, which is to eat with someone that you love. But the main one is, the last, is the touch. Humans were created with the sense of touch. We have the ability to feel the touch and to touch, to feel when we touch something. And we have this anxiety, this desire to touch someone, to feel the human warmth, to feel someone touching us back. So naturally, for these senses to be satisfied, there's a need for a love relationship with someone else, because you won't touch people randomly out there, otherwise you end up in jail. So the human senses show us that we were created to relate ourselves to others, and when someone resists a relationship, it's because of a trauma, a bad experience, a bad reference, and they end up inhibiting all the natural senses when they say, I don't want to relate myself to anyone. This is to fight against yourself. Pay attention. When you don't invest in your love life, when you don't develop a healthy love life, a healthy relationship, you are fighting against your own nature. And that's why there's so many sick people, emotionally, physically sick. Why? Because people's senses are not being satisfied. But God, who knows better, has created humans to be in good company. And He's the one who makes that to happen. That's why His word says, God sets the solitary in families. It's God who said, it's not good for man to live alone, for the human being to live alone. So you can be rest assured that you can count on God's help when you are aligned with God's will. It's important to understand this, because if you are not aligned with God's will, you go against God. When you say, I don't want anyone, I don't want a relationship, I don't want this or that, when you revolt against love, you are revolting against God, against nature itself. There's no way for your life to go well in the long term. You can be well for a short period of time. Those who are suffering with a bad relationship, they desire to be alone. When you live badly, you want to live alone. But this to be alone is just a momentary relief. Later, you start to feel the need that your five senses would demand of you. For this, we have been working every Thursday here at the Temple of Solomon with the love therapy. The love therapy has been teaching couples and single people to invest in this area of their lives to have a positive result. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.